we are going to see how to create lightbox effect. So what do you mean by lightbox effect? If I click on the image, you see the image pops up with the animation, and you get the freedom to close it as well. Now this section is responsive as well. This is what we are going to see in this video, and this is going to be from scratch. So let's get started. For the HTML, I have used the bootstrap. So we have a container, and we have the row. Inside the row we have columns. The first column has the image, so that is it. So let's give the class to the image, show model. So this is going to be the class for each image, and finally we have a div which will display the model. So I have given the class model, and inside that we have model content, and inside the model content we have image, and this image will act as a placeholder. If you click on this image, and this image's src will get into this image src, so that's why I have given blank src. And then we have the close button, and then the caption. This caption will be equal to the alt which we will be giving. First image, let me copy paste really fast. And the image which we are getting is from the URL. On each refresh we would be getting different images. Now if you see, if I refresh, on each refresh we would be getting different images. That's a specialty of the URL. Fine. Now let me show you the style. What are the things we have? We have the class. We don't want to do any styling for that, but we need to style the model class. Inside the model class we have model content. I have given the model spelling as wrong, because if you know bootstrap already has the class model. I don't want to override that. That's the reason I have given the spelling in that way. And then we have ID, caption. Now let us style the model div. So we want the model div to have width of 100% and height as 100%, and then background color, let it be RGBA black color, 000 0.5 as the opacity. If I refresh, this is how it looks. Let us make the position fixed, top 0, left 0. Refresh it, and now it is totally covered. And let's give the z index as 1. So if I give the opacity 1, let me type 1. This is totally transparent. Sorry, this is totally opaque. Now I want a little bit transparent, so this is 0.9. Cool. Now the model content. For now let's just give the src for this one, so that we see how does it looks. Refresh it. So this is how it looks. I want this to be at the center, so margin, auto, text align, center. And if you want at the center of the screen, what you can do is you have to give a display flex to the parent. Let's give display flex, align items, center, justify content, center. Now let's see, and now we got it. Now let's give the width as 180%. Actually this is not image is over here. let's give the container width of 80 percentage and height of 80 percentage. 80 percentage would be too big. Let's see how does it looks. 60 percentage, 50, height of 100 percentage, so that it fits the container. So let's give the text align display flex to the container. One thing we'll do is, we don't want to make this at center. We'll remove the display flex property. And let's remove this as well and check. Now let's work on the inspector, Chrome inspector. Let us take this, get the content, and give margin auto so that it comes at the center. And let's get the width of 100 percentage, text align center. Cool. Now we have the image. Let's give width 100 percentage and height 100 percentage, so that it fits the container. The container here is max model content. Now whatever width and height we give to this content, that will be applied to the images as well. So let us make this 80. Get the container and give the width of 60. Cool. Now let's work on the caption. Now let's see, here it is. Let's use the caption and give the color white and text align center. Margin, we don't need margin. If you want, you can give margin top of 50, 25 pixel, and then finally font size 25 pixel. Refresh it. Now you got the image. Let's give the margin to the content. Let's get into the inspect and check why the margin is not applied. We can give padding to the container. Cool. Now let's position the span tag. Let's give the font size of 30 pixel, color of red, and position absolute, top 0, right 10 percentage, top also 10 percentage, and Z index 1. Cursor pointer, place this to the close button. So when I hover on close, I want the color to be white. Actually it should be reverse. This one should be white and this one should be red. Once I hover it turns red. You can give transition as well. Now what we did is, let's use the model content and give animation. Animation name is going to be zoom and duration is going to be 1 second. The same I want to be applied. I want this animation to be applied to the content. So let's use the animation keyframes, animation name on 0 time frame and on 100 time frame. On 0 time frame the transform property scale need to be 0 and on transform and on 100% it need to be 1. So let's try to refresh. Here you go. Now if I refresh, this is how it looks. So let us choose the main class and give display none. Refresh this. Now it's time to work on the JavaScript. First let's gather all the classes. Model for script tag, document dot get elements by class name, the name of the class. Since we have only one class, so we need to access it with the index and we'll use the same name. And then we have model content. It's again a class, it's a single class, so we are calling it with the index camel case. And then we have id, model image, get element by id. We don't need to use index. So this size still here we have completed it. Now it's time to go get the close button. It's a class and then again the caption, it's an id, and then all the images. We are targeting all the classes, so not only the first class. So if you want to access only the first class, we would be using the index. Now we need to target all the images, so I'm using it without index. You can see close is a keyword, so it's not working. I am using closed. Cool. Now I am going to access all the image. That means inside the column we have the images. Let's access all the images using for loop. Variable I equal to 0. I should run greater than equal to the length of the images, and it need to be incremented, and get all the images and add click event listener, add event. So this is going to be officially the I think it would be almost 98th video of our JavaScript series. I'm not getting into the console and show you each line. I'll leave the playlist link in the description. It is going to be click function, and on each click what I need to do is I want to get the src of it. Source image. So let's try to console this. on the console. If I click here, there seems to be an error. Let's try to refresh again. Let's try to put console dot log hello. It's working. The spelling is length. Cannot read property, add event listener, show model. Let's try to console this. Console dot log. Refresh this. We need to give. We have got 4 of them. And the problem. Let's try to remove the console and run it. It is not able to read the image. Console dot log. Let's try to display all the images for now before adding event listener. Refresh this. I want it to display one by one. Yes, one by one it's getting displayed. It is because of this equal to we are facing the problem. Now everything should work. So now if I click on the image, I should get the src. Cannot read property src of undefined. So let's try to put this instead of that. Yes, we are able to get the src. And once we get the source image, and likewise we will get the caption as well, this dot alt, and I will give it as caption caption text. Let's try to show that as well. Click 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Fine, that is also working. So we are able to get the image and the source. Now it's just time to put the image src to this model image. So get the id dot src equal to, then add this url, and get the div with span id dot inner text equal to the caption text which we received from the alt. And once this is filled, I want to show the model. So get the model div, main model div dot style dot display equal to block. Anyways, it is going to show with the animation. Now if I click it, it is working. Now we need to work on this close button. So get the close button and add dot on click function, and once I click it, I want the model to have display none. Press this, click any of the image, close. It need to work, but it's not working. Let's check why. Or close dot on click. Hard refresh it. The problem is with the camel case, it is just a symbol letter C or lowercase c. Close this. Not at all working. Chrome has changed the view. We have to look it. If that doesn't work, then we have to use our old school method, which is close dot add event listener, click function, and on this function we'll use this. If this itself is not working, then we need to try changing the not working. Try changing the name, closed span. Yeah, the mistake was the spelling. Refresh it, click on it, you got it. Click on this, you're getting the image. I think the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening. In case if you want to change the height and width of the content, and we can use object effect contain, so it won't get spread. It will keep the ratio. Fine, that's all for this video.